Welcome to the finals of the Leonis Cup that was streamed last night. I'll put the full stream link into the description for this video so you can check it out. But we're watching the final matches from Goatstew and OdaibaDiver, and there was a very interesting Skahal team that was used in this tournament, and we're going to be taking a look at how potent Skahal is, because honestly, he's insane. So let's get this loaded up. Let's get going here. If you watch the actual stream, you'll get to see Justin and Auronnj casting the match. But what I've done is I've just cropped the match footage so that I will be able to cast it myself. All right, so this is a matchup where you can initially position your units. We can see this very customized units going on here. We've got an anti-berserk strategy here in case of a King Mont, which we did see earlier in the tournament. So that was something that Odaiba did to directly tech against King Mont after losing a matchup to Berserk. So he then ended up winning a matchup against King Mont without getting berserked. And so we see here this team is basically set up to use the hate that Ravies is going to provide, maybe a little bit of damage from her, just to be able to move the opponents in a certain direction. And then Skahal, with his courage, his very special blend of courage that can't be dispelled, is going to stay alive and just crush people with some unthinkable magic power. If you haven't seen Skahal in action, I know a lot of you have, but if you haven't seen him in action, it really is quite the force to be reckoned with, because if he gets healed by Resnick, he cannot die. Basically, the only way to kill him is to take him to low health, or to pop his courage and then get another hit in before Resnick's actually able to heal him. But it can be very tricky because you can build quite a bit of agility with Resnick as well. So this is a magic tank taking the damage cap, and there was no previous damage. There's no chaining going on there. That was just a full 1,500 or 15,000 damage. Ravies coming to clean it all up. And we can see we've got Sephiroth with all of his bells and whistles up and running here. Not actually bells, but his own auto restore. And he's going to attack. And you can see that Skahal takes that hit, but we're going to follow it up immediately. Goatstew, that is going to follow up immediately with a big ol' heal from Resnick here, and it's just going to make Skahal's courage become active again, as long as, again, he doesn't take, just the right amount of damage. But really, it's the same thing. Either he dies and pops his courage, or you don't quite kill him and then he can die again. He survived the hit, and that's kind of the big deal with Skahal. So huge heal right now. They're in really good shape. They've got buffs up now. Skahal's going to go ahead. He's going to cast a big spell. Ravies there, very importantly, taking a lot of hate. So here's Flare. It's non-elemental, so Sephiroth's resistances do not factor in here. And that's a one-shot from Skahal. This is a just totally one-sided match, and we're going to see that it doesn't just end here. It wasn't a one-off, but this is pretty much done at this point. Dream Inducer from Resnick, does it put him to sleep? It doesn't. But then there's the Thundaga from Skahal, and it's another one-shot. Okay, so here we have match 4. At this point, Goatstew is up 2-1, and if he wins this match, he will win the Leonis Championship. So we can see very similar team from Odaiba. There was some initial placement changes here from Goatstew, and Skahal goes straight into attack. Doesn't even get the buff. That's okay though, because again, he doesn't care if he gets one shot because of that courage that cannot be dispelled. So Leela is going to be drawing some hate, drawing Ravies over, which is actually going to help Goatstew out because it's slowly going to move Odaiba's units towards Ravies. But here we have a big Octa Slash from Sephiroth. Even though it has a courage dispel, it doesn't work on this type of courage, which is kind of a questionable design choice if you think about it. But either way, there we have it. The full heal from Skahal. He's able to use courage again. And here comes Dwayne. He's going to use, so he's got a counter, preemptive counter, and there's the new VC ability, also a courage removal, but again, doesn't actually work. We do see Skahal start to move over to the right to get over to little Leela and takes out Dwayne. At this point, it's looking pretty bad for Odaiba. Sephiroth is really low, and now Ravies is in the perfect distance to not really get caught up with Skahal. So Skahal, this is the opportunity that you have to kill him, the opportunity where he's maybe too close to a tank and his courage won't activate. Unfortunately, he's not close enough to be caught in any sort of AoE. So what's going to happen again? Yeah, that's right. He gets healed all the way to full. His courage is active again. And at this point, all he has to do is clean up the fight. He is going to go for Leela though, which means there's a chance here for Sephiroth to actually make a big play if Leela can stay alive long enough, but I don't think it's going to happen considering the amount of healing still left over, and again the fact that Skahal won't go down to one hit. So there's the debilitating counter, and that's it. Sephiroth is totally done. This matchup is more than over. It's a formality at this point, as little Leela has 1600 health left and is not even going to get to attack. So there you go. There's the high counter chance Skahal, the courage Skahal. He is unbeatable.